So if you're an aspiring founder or local service business, you're going to find that what's stopping you from getting from your initial situation to your desired outcome is the gap. And to solve that gap, it is tied down by two specific points, and that is theory and implementation. You lack the knowledge and you lack the tools to be able to implement that knowledge. And that's going to prevent you, if you're an aspiring founder, from actually starting your business and making 6 to 7 figures per year. And if you're a business already, it's going to prevent you from scaling. Now, if you're an aspiring founder, keep listening. I'm going to show you how you could potentially just start your own business very, very easily. And if you're a local service business, I'm going to show you how you can capture this market demand and start making millions of dollars and make generational wealth that'll make a statement for your name. So this is the AI Accelerate OS ladder, and I'm going to show you as a local service business how you can implement this into your business and start making a lot of money. So what you're going to do at first is to start generating leads, right? The main concern for most local service businesses is either inconsistent leads or inefficient lead quality. So to be able to solve that, we want to create a back-end AI acquisition, because you want to remove yourself from all different processes throughout the business, operations and marketing and everything like that. So this is how we're going to leverage a leveraged offer to start getting in clients. So you want to implement a back-end AI acquisition. You could do this through content, start creating AI content, or AI ads to then scrape ad libraries and just take all the insights from there and then copy it into your business. That's for another video. If you want to know that, I have videos on my YouTube channel that'll show you how to do that, or you can just book a call down below and we can get on a custom roadmap call and I'll show you how you can build it yourself. Anyways, you want to build that. Now, from here, what you're going to want to do is you're going to send people to landing pages and lead forms and everything like that. This is what we like to call just the direct method. So you directly send people to either lead forms or inbound calls or even landing pages just to start generating leads so you can start bringing in some money through the door. Now, this isn't the most effective way to do things, and it's not going to bring you a lot of money, but it is going to bring in a lot of money at first, and this is what we want to start kickstarting this ecosystem. So you're going to do that, but you don't have to handle it. Like I said, it's going to be AI. You're going to have AI appointment setters to do this for you. The only thing you're going to have to do is close, which is I'm sure you're already good at. So once you do that, now we can start getting into the main meat and start generating a lot of money. Once you've established a good flow of leads, this is when you're going to create a client community funnel. So what this entails is essentially you're going to create a community of your leads. So instead of sending people to a landing page or lead form or even an inbound call, you're going to send them to a community. So you're going to stop being call hungry and you're going to send them directly to a community. What this is going to do, it's going to centralize all your nurturing so you can have full control of your entire pipeline. It's going to increase your conversion rates because once people are in the community, they're centralized, they're not scattered, they're not going to go to your competitors. And thirdly, what this is also going to do is it's going to increase the quality and the value of your sales call, whether it be, let's say, for a remodeler, it's going to be the consultation. If you're an agency, it's going to increase the value of your sales call. You want to know why? Because in that community, you're either going to do this yourself or you're going to hire an appointment setter to do this for you. You're going to have, let's use the appointment setter. You're going to have the appointment setter feed people sales assets that you've used with your AI acquisition channel. So let's say you've used the AI content system. You're then generating so many pieces of content that you're just going to take that content and just post it into the community and give people free value. Once you're giving people free value, they're going to be more likely to convert because of the reciprocity technique, right? It's super, super effective. And you're also educating people on what you do. So they're going to trust you. They're going to see you as an expert in the industry. And it's going to be a no-brainer for them to convert. So once you do that, and then you're going to start creating higher value consultations. You're going to start bringing in a lot more money because these people aren't going to be too afraid to pay you. They're going to pay you a lot of money upfront because they value what they do, what you do, sorry. So now that's going to allow you to start making a lot more money. So you're going to go from just making $50,000 to $75,000 a month in and around through just sending people to landing forms and lead forms and inbound calls and everything like that, to now making about double that through a client community. Now, once you've actually established this client community, this is where it gets good, and this is where most people never even think about doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to start selling attention. So we're no longer going to sell people onto the offer. We are now going to bridge the gap between the aspiring founders, like I mentioned before, and we're going to bridge this gap of theory and implementation to get you into B2B and bridge the gap from clients to aspiring founders and you are going to be the middleman, because the middleman is what makes the most money in every single business model. Think of Uber, think of Airbnb. You can be the Airbnb or the Uber of your industry. So listen up. So this is what you're going to do. You're then going to create an info product business. So it's not necessarily a business, it's more of just like a side part of your own business. It's an entire system. You're going to create you're going to create a training in an info product or a digital product. So essentially what that is you're going to start reaching out to people who want to start your business. You don't have to be necessarily reaching out to them, but you're just going to start acquiring that attention of people who want to start, let's say, a remodeling business, or people who want to start a med spa, or people want to start an agency. You're then going to start an info product. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, oh wow, I don't know anything about info products. I'm just a local service business, or everybody's in info products. It only works for online-based businesses. But that is completely false. There's so much demand out there for people to start your business in your own industry. You just don't know it yet, and you have to be able to capture that demand and set yourself as an expert in the industry. So once you've created your info product, now you can either do this yourself. It may take a long time, or like I said, book a call down below. You can book a free roadmap call. We'll go through exactly how we will build out your entire info product system for you, and this entire backend system that will allow you to bridge the gap between students and clients. So once you've built out the info product, you can either use this with AI if you want to use ChatGPT, or if you want to use Synthesize like Iman Gadzhi's new platform, that you can also do that. And if you're wondering if there's even demand for any digital products or info products anymore, Iman Gadzhi, a multimillionaire, just became the co-founder of WOP. So his aspirations and his ideas for the future of the platform is going to be insane. He's going to turn it into the easiest way to make money online, and also he's going to turn it into a one-click monetization platform. So anyone who's doing digital products or providing knowledge, information, then they're going to make a lot of money, because it's never going to be easier. All payment processing, all knowledge, all courses, all community is going to be centralized on one platform. So once you have gotten into that and you have started feeding people knowledge, structuring your info product, and you're getting people to pay you about $3,000 a month, that of course ranges. You can get people to charge, I know people who charge $3,000 to $5,000 to even $10,000 for the info products. It really depends on, what level you're at and how many people you actually have in the community and how many people do trust you. But I would start off charging pretty low ticket, a few $1,000s a month, but this is not where you're going to make the most money, so it doesn't really matter. The best part about this is now you're actually bridging the gap. So remember up here when I mentioned the biggest gap between the two things that are holding people back from getting from their initial situation to their desired outcome is theory and implementation. So you've already done the theory with the info products, and now because you have this client community right here, you're going to be able to solve for implementation, and that is the biggest gap in the info product industry. So what you're going to do is you're going to reach out to these people, and you're going to pitch to these people that, hey, so there's people in your info product, hey, I have a client community of people who are looking to get your service done. We're going to give you your first client to prove to you that we can actually get you results, and that you're going to be a certified, qualified blank. So whatever it be, an agency or a med spa owner or anything like that, you're going to be certified, you're going to be qualified, because I'm going to give you your client. I'm going to give you your first clients. Now what you're going to do after that is you're going to reach out to these people right here. Say, hey, I'm going to give you your desired outcome. I'm going to give you, let's say if they want their bathroom done, their bathroom remodeled, I'm going to get you your bathroom remodeled at a discounted rate. So you're going to then bridge the gap between these two, the clients and the person or the student in your info product. You're going to bridge them, and then you're going to take a percentage of that. Now the biggest way to do this is how you get them to launch their new business, their aspiring business, their whatever it may be. That's how you get them to launch, is by placing their first client for them. And now to get them to scale, you are now going to own growth in the companies you help. So remember the backend AI acquisition that has proven to get you $50,000 to $75,000 a month, and the client community that allowed you to double this? But what you're going to do is you're going to say, hey, so I just gave you the knowledge, I created your own info product for you, I allowed you to start the business you always wanted, I gave you your first client, And now I want you to scale. So I'm going to give you the exact same system that I've used in my own business to then scale to $100, $300, or even $500,000 a month. So you're not just providing them with the knowledge. You're not even just scaling them to maybe $5,000, $10,000. You're scaling them to 7 figures monthly. And if that's not valuable, then I don't know what is. This is how super simple and effective and valuable this entire system is, and this entire model to run into your business. Because not only are you getting into B2C, not only are you just pitching people on your offer, but what you're also doing is you're bridging the gap and you're getting into B2B, and you're looking at aspiring founders and you're looking at people who want to start your own business, and then you're then bridging the gap between them, and then you're owning growth in the companies that you help scale. So not only are you just this type of business, but you are now a serial entrepreneur that can make generational wealth because you are acquiring money and you're acquiring equity in these businesses. And if you don't believe me, so money up front isn't as leveraged as money forever. What I mean by the money up front is the backend AI acquisition system that will allow you to get decent quality leads and a decent flow of leads that have got you around $50,000 to $75,000 a month, where you're sending people to a landing page and a lead form and just sending them directly to a call where you'll then close them. And also the client community, when you're sending people through a community funnel and you're increasing the conversion rate, and you're also increasing the quality of the consultation, the value of the consultation and value of the sales call. Just makes it more likely because they're educated, and you're probably going to around double your monthly income just by implementing this client community. But that's still money up front. You're not owning growth in the companies and creating passive income for yourself. Instead, what you should be doing is then getting into info products, reaching out to people who want to start your business or the industry that you're in. You already have the expertise, so you know what you're doing. So you're reaching out to these people and you're saying, hey, I can help you get your first client and show you that starting your dream business is actually possible. You do that, you bridge them because you have your client community. And once you do that, once you have shown them that it's possible, you give them the first client, they made a little bit of money, you go, okay, now that I've shown you that it's possible and that you can make money, I want to help you scale to 6-7 figures a month by giving you the systems that I've used in my own business that allowed me to make $50,000 to $75,000 a month easily in less than 6 months. So that's going to be a no-brainer because you've already launched their business for them and you've given them their first clients. Giving them the system to scale is going to be a no-brainer. They're going to buy and they're going to pay you $10,000, $15,000 upfront. Plus, they're going to give you equity in the business because you're scaling them and you're acquiring their company. So if you're wondering how this works a little bit more, I'm going to show you and break it down a little bit into more detail. So first, you want to bring awareness to what your business is and who your business serves and what you do. You can do this through organic content, ads, and SEO, and this ties down to our Attention OS system with the AI content system, the AI ad system, and the community as well, the client community. So to bring awareness, it's super simple. Run ads, create content, do whatever you need to do to start bringing attention, start bringing eyes to your page. Now, once you have done this, you're going to have a bunch of people. You're going to have people in your industry. You're also going to have people you're wanting to buy from you, so clients as well. This is when you start to create your info, your training, and your courses, your digital product. So your info product course. You're going to do this, and then you're going to create a community of students. You can do this on one platform like WOP. Like I mentioned before, how Iman just became the co-founder of WOP. You can now have a one-click monetization platform where you can do everything on there in the community. Or you could just have give them all the knowledge on that one platform and then have them on a Facebook group or Discord or anything like that. Just choose a platform, stick to it. Once you've created the community of students, you now want to start generating more attention and start doubling down on generating a lot more attention and more focused attention and setting yourself more as an expert. So instead of just posting stuff on what you do, you now want to start posting stuff catered to more B2B and also catered to people who you want to help. So you're going to start generating more awareness. You're going to start giving more people more information on what you do specifically and who it helps. And this is going to attract more clients. It's also going to attract more students. So you're going to grow the community and grow your info product course. You're also going to grow your client community, allowing you to then bridge the gap, bridge the info product and the implementation gap between the students and the client community. So this is how it looks. You're going to create a client community and you have an info course and a student community. So with the client community, you're going to offer them the procedure at a discount. And with the info product course or the student community, you're then going to offer them results. So offering a procedure, let's say you're a med spa, you're going to offer them this S&P at a reduced rate. You're then going to offer them results, the student community, because results are a lot more valuable than just knowledge. You're going to give your client community access to trustworthy professionals. So these are people who are trustworthy because you have taught them, and you're giving your students access to serious clients. So you're then going to pitch them, and you're just going to go to them and say, hey, I'm going to get your desired outcome, whatever it may be. I'm going to get you, let's say if it's a client, I'm going to get you a full set of hair. I'm going to get you looking good again with S&P at a 20% discount. So then you're then going to give it to the students and then just connect them. And then you're going to turn to your students and you can say, hey, I'm going to get you to make your first $5,000 in only 3 months. And that is a lot more valuable than saying, hey, I can teach you to become a certified remodeler. That's not super valuable because you're not getting them into dream state. You want to get them into dream state, and by giving a monetary value to that, it's a lot more valuable. So once you have done that, if you're wondering if this even works, this is the exact same model and a very similar model to what Iman Gadzhi has been doing and how he was able to scale from just about $100,000 a month to making 9 figures. 8-9 figures. I don't know exactly how much he makes, but he went from just being a broke kid in London and having good marketing skills, and that allowed him to get to about 100K per month. And that allowed him to get rich. But if you want to get rich for sure, you need a huge audience and a leverage offer. And I was able to get him to multiple 8 figures per year in only 3 years. He has 3 million subs, so he has generated a lot of attention. So he used his good marketing skills, which is something that you already have, not necessarily good marketing skills, but you have good knowledge in the remodeling or med spa or any local service business. You have good knowledge of that because you've probably been in it for a few years, right? So you're going to use the insights that you have in this industry to then sell info products. And this is exactly what he did. Of course, you know, he has courses and he's always creating new products. This is the Apple method. So you don't need to do this right away, but if you want to start scaling really beyond, you've ever imagined, then you can start creating new methods, which is the new products, which is the Apple method. And it's just a lot more valuable, and people always want to be up to date on the new things. So you're going to want to do that. And then that allowed him to scale to and create a 9-figure info product business. And that is just info products. So imagine what you can do once you get into B2B and you start creating info products as well. And you also have your own business on the side that's generating income for you. You put these combined, you're going to be making an insane amount of money. So what he did is he provided with the tools for implementation. So he noticed that the biggest gap in info products was that people were not consuming the content. They were consuming it, but they weren't actually getting results. So he wanted to ease that process. Like I mentioned before, there's theory and there's implementation. He gave the theory, but the biggest issue was implementation. So he said, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the systems and the software to be able to bridge that gap and give people the tools to implement this and to start getting results. So he then created a software to then help agency owners get to where they want to go and help them with all their processes and their systems and their workflows. He then created a 7-figure annual recurring revenue SaaS in, I think it was 9 months, less than a year, which is insane. It just goes to show how valuable it is once you give people the tools to implement the knowledge that you've given them. And then he also got into e-com, but that doesn't matter because he's just branched out. But it just goes to show how effective this model is for your local service business, or even if you're an aspiring founder, and how you need to get into info products and start looking at ways to implement the knowledge that you have been learning. But as a local service business, the time to start generating insane amount of wealth has never been easier. And this is our exact AI Accelerate OS ladder and our OS system that will allow you to get to $500,000 per month and start owning equity in other businesses and start buying out your competition. So if you want to know exactly how this can work for your own business, and you want a custom one-on-one roadmap call, a step-by-step process on how we could potentially implement a back-end AI acquisition, a client community, your own info products, where we can give you how you can create, launch, and scale your own info products, and how you can start owning equity in your competitors' businesses and start buying out all of them, then click the link down below. We'll get on a call and I'll create a custom one-on-one roadmap for you personally, and how we'll be able to get you from where you are right now to where you want to go and start creating generational wealth. So whether